Hi. Happy Monday. How you doing? Yeah, today is like the most Monday of Mondays that ever Monday to Monday. You know what I mean? Not having a good day. Nothing important, just work bullshit. I've been very stressed out all day. It's been great. Yeah, but I am very proud of myself though. So again, I've been stressed out literally all day to the point where like I have a raging stress headache that has not gone away. And my plan was I was gonna come home and sit down and just eat my feelings because I am a feelings eater. It's what I do. I just snack until I feel better emotionally, even though I start to feel bad physically. It is what it is. It's not a good system. And I was gonna do that today. But instead, I decided after work, I'm gonna go to the gym and work out for an hour and a half and then come home and eat my feelings. And that is what we call balance. That's the plan for tonight. I say as I'm like literally in the middle of making a kale salad for dinner. But no, I am also looking at this little jar of chocolates that I have that will probably not survive the night. Why did I agree to becoming a manager? This was a choice that I made that I could have said no to, and I didn't. And now here I am. But the gym actually did help my headache go away. So exercise does work, I guess. The science is right. Anyways, book stuff. So on the docket for this week, I'm currently in the middle of The Emperor and the Endless Palace by Justinian Huang. I'm about halfway through right now on page 132, and I'm loving this one so far. This one is a really interesting premise. So it's a reincarnation romance where these two people keep finding each other throughout a bunch of different past lives. The oldest timeline in here is 4 BCE, and then it goes to I think 1740 and then to present day, and it's just these two men who just continuously find each other in each life. And I'm not really sure if it's gonna have a happy ending or not. I hope it does, but not likely. Just considering where things are going right now, I have a feeling at least one of them will not be a happy ending, but you never know. Maybe I'll be surprised. This is excellent so far. The writing is beautiful. I love the characters. I love the way that the three timelines are interwoven, because like all three timelines have similar plots. Like the characters are going through similar things, but they're done in a way that's relevant to the timeline. So like the present day one, the couple is dealing with like a billionaire CEO kind of guy who's trying to get in the middle of the relationship. And then in like the 4 BCE one, the billionaire character is like a general of the army. So like it makes sense in context to the time periods, and I just love how that's woven in. And they also, all three of them have little like pieces of imagery that are thrown into all three of them. Like there's imagery of peaches and jade and the kind of thing that are woven throughout all three, and it just connects them really nicely. So yeah, I'm loving this one so far. And then this morning I started tentatively, what's it called? In the Ravenous Dark, I think it is, by something Strickland, maybe? I'm not sure. The picture's here. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this one yet. This one is a YA fantasy. I love YA fantasy, but this one is like very YA in the sense that like the writing is super dramatic. So I'm not sure if I'm vibing with it right now. I might stop reading it, but we'll see. I'm about 15% in right now, so we'll give it a few more chapters and then decide. But this one is about a girl who, how do I explain this? Their society uses, or like some people have blood magic, and if you're found out to have blood magic, then you're forced to be assigned a guardian, and a guardian is basically a ghost who's like in your head at all times. And I think that ghost can manifest, and you can use it as like a weapon. I'm not really sure how it works yet, but the main character's father was taken, and they like forcibly put a guardian in him because he was rogue. He was in hiding for years. Nobody knows that he had a daughter, so she's also been in hiding and just like trying to not get caught, until of course she does, and things go from there. See, I'm not too sure how I'm feeling about it yet. I do like the characters and I like the world and the magic. I think that's done really well so far. I'm just not sure if the writing is for me, so we'll see. And then I'm also, once I finish this one, I'm planning on picking up Sunbringer by Hannah Kaner. It's a sequel to Godkiller, and otherwise we'll see what else catches my fancy. But yeah, I'm gonna go have dinner and just scarf down my salad and my fries and have a good time. Maybe I want to read tonight, but also I still kind of have a headache. Food might help though, so if my headache fully goes away after I eat, then I will read. If not, I might just watch some Star Trek. And do nothing for the rest of the night. That also sounds pretty good. Hi. Hi, Sky. Hello, buddy. Hello. How are you? Hi. Hi, bud. Are you ready to go for a walk? Yeah? Do you want to go for a walk? Bless you. I'm on a walk with Sky, and for some reason I decided to try running. I am not a runner. Oh, fuck. I'm so tired. Hey. Happy Monday. Like the following Monday. I've done 0 vlogging this week, like at all. Yeah. So the reason for that, I haven't read at all until yesterday. Like I was reading The Emperor and the I was reading The Emperor and the Endless Palace. I started it last Saturday and I didn't finish it until Friday because I didn't touch it, didn't pick up didn't read a single page all week last week. So yeah, wasn't really vlogging, so this is probably gonna be a 2-week vlog now because I definitely don't have enough footage to make this like an actual video. So yeah, I finished this one. I gave it 4 stars. It was really good. I very much enjoyed it. I did lose interest a little bit towards the end, but not by a whole lot. It was I think it was just more so my general mood. I'm very tired after this week. This is my 8th day working in a row today. I'm going to work soon and I'm exhausted. So I want a day off so bad, and I have a day off tomorrow, but I'm going to a concert, so it's not really a day off. Anyways, this book I missed. This book was excellent. I don't have much to say about it. Like it was a really beautiful book. I think I said in the last clip that like it's erotica, and like technically it is, because like the sex scenes are very graphic, but like it's not like erotica. Like it's, how do I explain that? Like the sex scenes are like they don't feel like they're meant to be arousing. It's just like a beautifully done part of the book that just like kind of fits with the rest of the beauty of the book, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I wouldn't call it like a spicy book at all. Like it's just like I don't know how to explain it, but like it would make sense if you read it. I also like just woke up, so I probably shouldn't be doing book reviews right now when I'm like pretty much still asleep. But yeah, overall I like this a lot. I'll get into more detail in the monthly wrap up and film that when I'm not still waking up. Good book. I also started, so yesterday I started Denison Avenue in the morning before going to work, and I'm currently on page 62, and I've already cried 5 times reading this book. This is very sad and very beautifully written. It's a really interesting, like, not like mixed media, but kind of. It's like, so the text, all of the dialogue is said in the main character's language. I can't think of what it is. It's a dialect of Chinese. Starts with a T. I forget what it's called, but all of the dialogue is in that language, and then in brackets is the English translation. And then some pages will be in poems. The audiobook is fantastic. I'm doing a tandem read as per usual, and the audiobook is beautiful. It's so beautifully done so far, so I'm very much enjoying this one. And I really can't get over the illustrations. It's so nice. Also in the audiobook, holy shit, good morning, voice. I'm gonna wake up here. The audiobook was talking about some of the illustrations, and I didn't realize this, but what they say. So the let me find a good example here. All of the top pages are an illustrated version of a historical picture of Toronto, and then the bottom one is a modern recreation of like, that's what was here in the historical picture, that's what's in that same spot right now. I think that's so cool. I didn't realize that. I thought they were all just like random places, but no, it's a showing the differences of like then and now, and that is so cool. Yeah, like this is that one's a really good example. Like that's what that view looked like, I don't know, however long ago versus how it looks now. Very subtle differences, but just like you can see how the architecture has changed, and there's like different buildings that have popped up, and there's streetcar stuff, and like I think that is so cool. I did not know that when I picked it up, so that's awesome. So yeah, I'm probably going to finish that one tonight if I can. I'm off at 6 today, so if I have the energy to do anything aside from doom scroll, then I will finish that. And then yesterday I also started and finished The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. Picked it up on a whim. It wasn't even on my TBR, but I was looking for an audiobook and it was available on my library. It was on like the homepage. It was like try this one, and I was like, okay. I read it, it was good. I gave it 4 stars. I had no idea that her life was that hard. I was a little bit of a Britney fan as a kid, not a huge fan. I was raised on classic rock and then went pretty quickly into like my own rock and metal as a preteen. So I was never really into like pop stars and that kind of thing. But I did of course know of Britney, and like I always had a soft spot for her. Like I would see how people were treating her online. I was like, why? Like, why is she getting so much hate for like shaving her head and, you know, clearly going through a hard time? I always felt for her, and I was curious about her life, and goddamn, did she go through it like for a very long time, and I feel horrible for her. And it was definitely a interesting experience to read about. It is a bit of a mess, I will say. Her memoir is a little bit of a hot mess, but not in a bad way. Like it felt very her. I see her online and kind of see how she behaves on Instagram and how quirky she is, and I love that. And that book definitely reflects her personality, which even though I think it was a ghostwriter I heard, but either way, it still felt like Britney. She left a note in the beginning of the audiobook saying that because her life has been so painful, she didn't feel capable of reading the audiobook, like being the narrator for it, which I understand that, but it did also feel more like disconnected. Like I kept forgetting that I was reading the Britney Spears memoir for the first little bit, because I'm like, oh yeah, like it's not her voice. So like I just personally really prefer when the person themselves reads their own memoir for the audiobook, but I also get why she didn't. That would have been very painful to relive. I'm sure writing it was already hard enough. I couldn't imagine also having to sit there and spend like hours reading it out loud as well. So either way, yeah, it was good. It was 4 stars. Yeah, just a very like eye-opening kind of thing of like what her life actually looked like from a very young age, and like what things looked like under her conservatorship. And yeah, I hope she's happy now. Genuinely, I hope that she is having a much better life, and it looks like she is, but you know, I hope she is. Either way, so that's the reading updates for this past week. I've done basically nothing fun in the last week aside from just come home and sleep. I did go to a punk show on Thursday, which was so fun. I had a great time. Yeah, it was really fun. So I'm part of a Discord group. My friend started it, and it's a bunch of trans people in my city, and a bunch of us went out to this punk show on Thursday, and it was so fun because like all the people on like the perimeter of the room, like they were all just like against the wall with the drinks, like nobody was dancing, and the only people that were in the middle of the room dancing and moshing and like going hard and having a good time were the trans people from my group. And I was just like, fuck yeah, like this is the vibe. The queer people bring all the good energy and we had such a good time. It was also, it was really funny. So I got hit on by a guy afterwards and I didn't realize that I was being hit on until I asked my friend afterwards. I was like, is that what was happening? And she was like, yes, absolutely. So I learned how awkward punk dudes flirt, which was adorable. So there was this guy, he and I were like next to each other for most of the evening. Because I'm disabled, I was like dancing pretty hard and like still moshing. I just wasn't joining in on like people like body checking each other and like shoving each other and punching. Like I can't do that. So I was on like the outskirts of it, but like I want to do it so bad. Like I want to just like get in there and just start like fucking like, you know, it looks so fun. I have to be responsible, so I didn't do it. So I was just like on the edge of the mosh pit, like still dancing really hard, but just not like, just being safe about it. And this guy was next to me kind of doing the same thing, except that at one point he ended up joining the throng of people who were pushing each other and having a great time. And he ended up getting like slingshotted back towards me and he almost fell, so I like caught him and I'm like, oh my god, and like I threw him back in. He was like, yeah. It was great. So then afterwards, when we were all outside just like waiting for our Ubers to show up to go home, I was talking with my friends and he walks up to me and he gets like super close to me and he's like doing this with his hands and he's just like, I have to confide something in you. And I'm like, okay. Sure. And he's just like, I could see it in your eyes that you really wanted to get in there. And I'm like, yeah, I did. I explained I'm disabled, but like I would love to do it if I feel like I'm able to one day. And he's just like, I just have to say, next time I would love it if you would body check me. Still doing this the whole time. I was just like, what? Okay. He's just like, I just think that would be great for both of us, you know? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, sure, I'll keep that in mind for next time. And he's like, have a good night. And I'm like, okay. He walks away. And then when my friend and I were leaving, and I was just like, was he hitting on me? And she was like, yes, absolutely. Yes, that's what was happening. If a awkward, weird punk dude asks you to commit an act of violence on them, then they were hitting on you. And I'm like, oh, okay, good to know. So that was hilarious. It was just the stance of like the head tilted forward and the hands in front of him like this, and I'm like, what's happening right now? It was so funny. But yeah, it was a great time. The bands were awesome. I was chatting with the singer of the third band. After the show, I bought one of their t-shirts. She was like the sweetest person ever. She was screaming so hard during the set that she threw up at the end of it and then still came back for an encore. Like, dedication. But anyways, that's been the week. I have to head to work now, but I'm gonna edit the tiny scraps of footage that I do have from this week and see if it can be long enough to be considered a vlog for the week, and if not, then I'll just make it 2 weeks worth of vlogs, and hopefully that won't be too long. So we'll see. I'm gonna head out and I will catch you guys later. Oh, hey, how you doing? It's still Monday. I just realized this morning when I updated that I forgot to talk about in the Ravenous Dark. Is that what it's called? Yes, I think so. I think on the intro to the clip I was talking about how I was reading it and I wasn't very sure about it yet. Yeah, I DNF'd it. I didn't like it. I think it was around 30% of the way through, so I gave it a very good chance. I think 30% is fair enough. I'm not hooked by then. I'm probably not gonna be, and the issue was just the writing style. It was super dramatic. Yeah, not my vibe. I really didn't like the main character. I found her to be very whiny and annoying and just kind of bratty and like not in a fun way. And like I get it. Like the reasons why she was so bratty and annoying were very valid. She had great reasons to be angry at life. But it was still annoying to read and I didn't enjoy it. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm not living in your head this whole time. So DNF that one. I'm sad about it. It sounded really cool. And like just this author as a whole, I've tried I tried this one, and then I tried a different one by them that I can't think of the name of, and I also DNF'd it. So I think this author and I just don't vibe. What book was that? I don't know. I'll put the picture of the other one that I'm talking about up here that I DNF'd as well, but I can't think of it right now. Either way, I just think this author is not for me. So yeah, DNF there. That's really all that I came on here to say. Oh, and also that I just edited all the other clips, and somehow I do have enough footage to make this into a like 1 week long vlog instead of having to make it into 2 weeks. So go me for being a sufficient yapper. I yap a lot and it's great. But yeah, so that'll wrap it up for this vlog. I did start a new book today that I'm almost done, but I'll talk about that in next week's vlog. So yeah, that should do it for this week. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys later on, hopefully with more of a vlog next week rather than just like 2 clips. My bad. See you later. Okay, bye. Love you.